During his recent State of the Union address, President Trump once again called for the end of gender reassignment treatment for minors. As part of this, he introduced Sage Blair. At the age of 14, school officials encouraged her to transition without her parents' knowledge. Bullied, sexually harassed, and confused, Sage ran away from home.
A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
The president has made it clear he stands with parents and supports laws that ensure they are not left in the dark when it comes to their children.
Surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we've been talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
In addition, the president has already taken action to cut federal Medicaid and Medicare funds to hospitals that offer puberty blockers, hormone therapy, or gender reassignment surgeries to minors. Why would physicians dedicated to preserving and protecting life, health, and wellness be involved in doing this to little kids?
When you look at the decisions that were made, there were too much politics that jumped into medicine, and it just overran common sense, and it overran like the standard evidence-based practice that we've been doing for decades and decades.
Emergency room physician and Iraqi combat veteran Colonel Josh McConkey suggests President Trump is redirecting American healthcare providers to return to scientific practices.
The evidence has not really supported this type of practice, and this is just the government getting back to only funding medical research, like medical treatments for things that actually have some proven benefit.
Federal financial pressures, along with greater public awareness, are working to stem this tide. New York University Hospital, also known as NYU Langone Health, recently announced it will not continue its transgender youth health program. In 2022, about 105 U.S. hospitals provided some form of gender-altering treatment to minors. That number has now dropped by almost half, totaling only about 55 hospitals nationwide. McConkey, a former Duke University professor, says he taught his students surgery should only be done if it clearly helps the patient. Studies show that gender reassignment surgery offers very little short-term benefit.
In fact, when you look at the long-term health effects, they're actually quite dangerous. So when you look at the mental health issues alone, and when you look at the bone density and brain development, those types of things have long-term health consequences that we're now seeing.
Consequences like permanent sterility. At just 13 years old, Chloe Cole began taking puberty blockers and testosterone. By age 15, she underwent a double mastectomy. At 17, Chloe began to detransition. Now she doesn't know if she will ever be able to have children. She shares that she grieves not being able to breastfeed someday.
I had this moment of like, what have I done to myself? This is beautiful. This is incredible. I'm never gonna be able to do it. And that was the moment of like, I can't go any further. I can't keep doing this to myself. This is destroying me. This is horrific. I don't even know if there is any going back, but I sure am not going forward. And so I made the choice to detransition.
I have 3 children. Those are the things that I am most proud of. And, just producing something, my wife and I, that we know is going to live on and hopefully do great things. Of just having children is just one of those fundamental things that are so important to humanity. And you take that away from these children, it's almost criminal.
Not only morally criminal, according to McConkey and other medical professionals, and if President Trump gets his way, soon the gender reassignment of minors will be a federal crime as well. Gary Lane, CBN News.